on you, Matt. Try and stay in the middle, guys, not quite so hard left.
Here in the wilds of the Cotswolds, just outside Bolton, on the water, not under the water, although it must have been for the last few weeks. Here at Ben Pauling's. Ben, last year Willoughby caught one, and I believe you don't remember much about the last 2 days of the meeting because you're too busy celebrating.
We had a very, very good time. I don't remember much from about 11 o'clock that evening. The next day, I got a phone call from Mr Rooney to say,
where are you? And you said, I don't know.
He said, I'm coming in to see the horse, and here I was stood in this exact spot, still in my suit. So I thought it was about time that I went and got changed, freshened up, and he came and saw his horse. It was a very, very special day for everyone.
And it was a fabulous race, and he toughed it out in the most extraordinary fashion, and going back again.
Yeah, I mean, he was very brave that day. It's desperately sad that Neon Wolf isn't here to have another ding-dong with, because I'm sure he'd have been in pretty much the same race again.
You're JLT Bound?
We are JLT Bound, and yeah, he seems in really good order. We've had a good season. We got beaten in the Dipper, but I think maybe just wasn't quite on song. My horses possibly weren't absolutely A1 at the time. Great. He's handled it before. I used this at the time. I wouldn't be afraid if it came up soft at the festival, put it that way. Yeah. But he does obviously handle decent ground as well as a bit of soft ground. But I just think things didn't quite go our way that day. And
that was a patch of the season because they were in form and then slipped out of it a bit, and now they're back again.
Yeah, we couldn't have had a better start to the year. And then from Boxing Day on, really, it was a rough old month. And
did that get you?
I don't think we were. Look, we're very lucky in the fact that it appears that they've all come back out of it now, and it's in perfect time because January was a horrifically wet month and wouldn't have wanted to run much anyway. But it doesn't take away from the fact that you're never quite sure when you're coming out of it. Yeah. It's an unknown, and so to say it doesn't affect you would be a lie. Yeah. But there's nothing you can do, so you might as well relax.
And they're just snotty noses and.
Yeah, it was predominantly a snotty nose, I suppose. About 30,
what other
40%.
Sports do people stand around discussing snotty noses?
Not many, is there? It's told to get on with it if they've got one. But you know, it did affect a fair few. But it was more the fact that not knowing who's going to get it meant I couldn't work nearly anything, because if you go and work them and they've got the beginnings of it, you make them really ill. So the quicker you stop and do sod all with them, the better. But it's always saying that's easy. Doing it is much harder.
Because you've got to have the discipline to sit on your thumb. Exactly. And Willoughby's been all right since he's, his run-in's gone all right.
Yeah, it really has. He had a very large abscess burst out the side of his mouth after Cheltenham, which he was not happy with at all. No. And since then, he's been a much happier horse again. His work's been very good. To be fair, we've only done 2 or 3 pieces already. He's not a horse that would need an awful lot of work.
Would you take him away to Nicky's or somewhere like that?
He'll go away to Lambourne to work around the back of the hill, right? But he won't have a racecourse gallop. Some will, some won't. But he's not one that would need it.
And other high hopes to meet out. A hairbreadth has been sort of touted quietly locally for the county hurdle.
Yes, exactly. He's very much a horse has to be best fresh. So we. Won the decent listed handicap at Sandown back in November, December time, I can't remember, and straight away put him away, coming to Cheltenham fresh. He seems very, very well. If we can get him in top form, he'll run very well indeed. But he's a horse you have to catch right.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, and the rest of the team, what are you going to be? About 6 strong, aren't you?
Well, we could have. We'll be entering 11 or 12, but I should think we'll run 8 or 9, something like that.
That's not bad after 4 years training, Ben, if you think about it.
It's all right, but there's a few. Le Brule's a nice horse. He goes for the Coral.
And what's he been up to this season?
He's had a bit of a rum season. Yeah.
He was second the other day, wasn't he?
He was second to Black Ivory, who's since won a Pretemps qualifier. Yes. Before that, he was 5th. Only beaten 3 lengths at Kempton, but I knew he'd need it that day. I've had a lot of trouble with his feet, but bit of a stop-start season.
You've always thought a bit of him. I remember that.
I think a lot of him.
Yeah.
And
sorry, a lot of him.
Yeah.
Terribly sorry.
And I can't change my tune now. It's a bit like Nige, you know. keep the faith with
Yes,
the horses.
absolutely.
You know, don't ever let the side down. But no, he's raced 139, and I'm sure that's very generous. But he hasn't proven me, you know, he hasn't proven the handicapper wrong yet. Hence the fact he's still there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Go with the Flow, a very nice novice hurdler that won the other day,
Yes.
beat Paisley Park up at Doncaster.
Yep.
That probably go Albert Bartlett.
Mm-hmm.
Way back then, who's unexposed, won his bumper very well, won his first novice hurdle at Kempton this year very well. He's very fragile. Didn't want to over race him.
A bit like you at the meeting last year, very fragile.
Yeah, very fragile. Set him up for the Challow and the ground was horrific. Finished fourth, did well to even do that. And we'll go to Cheltenham with an each-way chance.
And there are also whispers on the breeze that you might have one for the Imperial Cup the Saturday before the meeting.
There might be Global Citizen, a novice that's just got its mark. He might just be Imperial Cup bound, but if he doesn't go for the Imperial Cup, he'll swerve Cheltenham and go to Aintree.
Read anti-post tips from Pricewise for the Cheltenham Festival when you subscribe to Members Club Ultimate.